crazy, please!
To learn more about non-stop debate, yeah. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fucked up. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun! So yeah. Keeps ramping up.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally,
no, she couldn't have locked it.
had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
They couldn't have locked it.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
The incident took place in Sayaka was first, she then fled into the—
Then the killer ran, and they got into the bath. At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
Yep.
No, that's wrong!
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
It was me, Makoto!
It made sex with Sayaka so you could not become true boyfriend and girlfriend with her!
Yeah.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Sorry, that was terrible timing. But then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
One important detail? Something the killer didn't know? For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked, which means the important detail the killer didn't know was...
The crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to fucking tell you, stupid bitch.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh. You
don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
Is there still mic bleed?
No. No, we're good.
Okay, good.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Who has the bigger cock? We'll talk right now, unzips.
Unzips. Little fucking... Sounds little... And then Makoto takes his out and just hear a big meaty thwomp.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
What? Don't point your fucking finger at me.
He's not. He's like pointing his finger outwards.
I know, but just imagine if he was sticking his fucking finger in Makoto's face. It's like, oh god, why does your finger smell like shit? I was picking my belly button. Ew.
The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room, I already have the answer. Do we?
Wasn't it because your key was on the floor or something?
Maybe. I don't know what they were trying to tell me what to do.
Fuck.
Evidence? No, I mean, maybe not. You dispute my statement and it's unbelievable. Shit. Okay, there's a reason the reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. I already have the answer. I guess it is the key?
Yeah.
I got it! Because
I told you,
Sayaka was
dude.
already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even sure you, I absolutely won't open it. What's the point of you switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
I like the idea that in the flashbacks, Makoto hears the people differently. I like the gag we're coming up with.
That was not me doing a voice. I just had a fucking, a toothpick in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't
Dakota,
want
you're
to
starting to
consider
sound
it,
like Tom Kenny.
but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to...
Excuse me, bitch? You've been hiding this the whole time?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Maulding. Look, he is so fucking pissed.
Yeah, he's been screaming the entire time since he switched to that sprite.
Sounds like fucking. I'm just imagining he sounds like the fucking kamikazes from Serious Sam.
Yeah, I totally heard that. Your mic totally didn't cut out before you did that.
It was like, ah! It's a very monotone scream, and they just do that the entire time. You should play Serious Sam. It's infuriating.
Maybe.
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
Is that my handwriting?
I didn't, but...
Well, I mean, for one thing, it's in English.
Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then, that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Now look here! Look, listen, look! Alright.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
It's the nameplates.
So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
But you're wrong. And I know how this. And I know.
Sayaka
what to
and
do.
Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come, it specifically says, my room.
I see.
So if then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was...
No, that's wrong!
Bitch, if you had eyes, you would have seen this.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Yeah, did anyone fucking notice that? It seemed pretty obvious.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
What, you went into my room through the fucking Sayaka portrait?
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
I just had a funny thought.
What?
What if instead of like the pixel art there, they're all just like variants of the Funkler Bams, you know?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in
I think I'm gonna
was
go to bed.
actually marked as her room.
Catch you later.
Night.
Yeah, good night. Yep.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Yes!
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Me! Nah, Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Just something I want to talk to you about, just soon in 5 minutes.
Imagine this is just some, like, fucked up elaborate suicide.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because...
her wrist was gold!
Yeah, there's gold! You gotta get that gold!
There's gold in their wrist!
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? What led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Yes, please. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to recycle through each bullet, yeah. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. There we go. Alright.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
Yeah, they probably
that's
grabbed
exactly
this
what
knife
happened.
when they saw the sword wasn't actually sharp.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong!
Shut up, Yasuhiro.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got
Monokuma and
attacked with the
Hifumi
kitchen
share a
knife,
voice actor.
Maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive
Maybe.
impulse.
Because they sound very similar.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Part of her body that shows she never used the sword.
Palms. She never touched the sword.
I got
Oh
it!
yeah, that's true.
You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why
Miss
do you say
Murderer
that?
Lady.
Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
No, that's not it at all.
Oh, she did it.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her palms, hands because the water.
The
was
water.
on.
I got it!
The what?
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Yeah, I know. I can smell it.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You're no
I can't
different.
tell.
You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Oh.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
These two are fucking made for each other, dude. Holy shit. This is like a femcel incel love story.
The femcel incel love story.
Yeah.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have been the one without the sword. Killer. Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that made sense.
Shoot!
Shit.
I had a little brain fart.
Yeah.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Well, yeah, she took it,
But
so...
we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was... Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Oh, was she trying to frame Makoto?
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Oh.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen,
frame Makoto?
then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, man. I know
that bitch.
I know you liked her.
Oh. This is why I hate women.
Yeah, that's why you're dating a guy right now. Yeah.
Exactly, because women are all liars and charlatans. Oh.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That bitch.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
That really got you, man, huh?
Yeah, fuck. God damn.
That was a complete betrayal right there, man.
Fuck.
Dude.
Now I feel bad about the fact that we have to fucking kill the person who killed her in self-defense. Fuck.
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
If I can imagine if it was just like, alright, yeah, I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
Let's just. We've all had a hell of a day. At the very least, I will get it out.
Yeah. Alright, you guys caught me. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, she tried to stab me while I was squeezing my way through the door. But my fat absorbed the stab, and I grabbed the katana because I studied the blade.
He's Sephiroth's, like, what was his name? Sephiroth's sword or whatever?
Yeah. Well, you study the blade. And Jesus, the 2D skag.
Konnichiwa. I am Sephiroth's sword. Yeah.
It's even funnier because Hifumi is actually Japanese, but he acts like a weeaboo.
We need to. Do you know, Sephiroth's sword has like a fucking cameo, right?
Yeah.
We could get him to do a Crazy Plays intro.
Or like an intro for OCSI.
Yeah.
We could get him to do the official OCSI intro.